I believe that most leaders and executives could really benefit from having their own coach. And I say this because too often they tell me that life is too complex. Their busy working lives are full of complexity and having to navigate politics, personal relationships, and change. So having what I call time and space to do your best thinking is a really valuable thing to have. And it's people like me who help create that time and space. So it's time for you to focus on the things that you want to focus on, and space to be able to discuss and think through the challenges and opportunities that you have ahead of you. So that for me is what executive coaching is all about. So the coaching process begins with the discovery call. So I offer that to everyone, whether they become a client or not. It's complimentary. And it's just a chance for us to meet to see if there is a good fit in terms of us working together. But I tend to start some work on the discovery call. So I'm interested in you, your role, and also the kind of challenges that you face. And importantly, what might some of the outcomes of coaching be for you? So it starts to formulate some of the goals and outcomes. Following that, I put together a brief coaching agreement. I like to think of the coaching agreement as a live document. So it's something that will inform our progress as we go through the coaching program. And it sets out your goals and your outcomes, and also touches on things like confidentiality, which is really important to my clients to find. Sessions themselves, we will agree the number. Again, that may depend on budgets, how quickly you want to get started and finished. It will set out the schedule and the frequency of the sessions. In terms of the sessions themselves, all done on Zoom or MS Teams, or if I'm in the area, I do like to meet face to face. So I always find that's a nice experience too. I ask clients to pencil in an hour and a half, 90 minutes, which I find gives you a good hour of coaching in itself, but then you've got additional time to maybe reflect, record actions, and to start to make some thoughts on your next steps. So that's the sessions themselves. In between times, I do say I am available, so if people do get stuck or they're excited to share some good news with me, which often happens, that's fine as well. So within reason, ad hoc contact is welcome. In fact, it's encouraged that you do that. Following our session, we will have a review. We'll go back to the coaching agreement and we'll say, have we met these objectives? And I'll ask you for some feedback as well. So that's the coaching process. That's how it works. There are many coaches out there. We all have different styles and ways of working. For me, it's all about asking the right questions. So if you look at a continuum between directive and non-directive, so I've seen coaches are very directive in their approach and sort of directive. I've actually had a coach myself who was like that, to being non-directive, where they simply ask questions and listen. Now, it depends what you're after, but I have that flexibility of approach. I suppose I tend towards the non-directive, and I ask what I call incisive questions, so questions that will help move you forward, but questions that you have the answers to, not me. But then adapting that to slightly more directive, where my experience or skill set comes into play. And I may have tools and resources from many years of personal development and team building and leadership that may serve you well. So on occasion I can move down that spectrum a little bit towards being a bit more directive. But for me, that's what coaching is about. It's asking the right questions, encouraging thinking, collaborative thinking, providing that space and that opportunity to work on problems and come up with solutions. I hope that's been useful in telling you more about executive coaching and about the way I work as a coach. If you do want to set up that discovery call, please click on the link in the coaching bio. That will take you straight to the booking page and we can set up that call. Really look forward to hearing from you and seeing how coaching might help you in your executive and leadership role. Thanks for watching.